Afternoon, guys. My name is Dr. Jesse Kenywa. I'm here to take you through a topic, business process reengineering for extraordinary performance. You may be a business person or an entrepreneur, and you'd want to improve on your business. Because business performance will at one point be doing very well, at another point you'll find that the business may be performing poorly. So it is important that you get to know how to re-engineer your business when the business is not doing well. So at times you'll find that when the external environment changes, it may give you some opportunity to enhance your business performance, or at other time, external environment changes can bring some threats that will affect your business negatively. So it is therefore important that you may need to relook at your processes so that you can redesign your processes and so that you can enhance your business performance. So what is business process engineering? Business process engineering is the radical redesign of business processes to achieve dramatic improvement in critical aspects like quality, output, cost, service, and speed. So it is a concept that is applicable to all industries regardless of the size of the business, the type of the business, and even the location. It would help an organization or even an SBU or a function for that matter to reimagine their existing processes and to redesign them to be able to achieve extraordinary performance. So it helps to improve the quality of customer service and to reduce costs. Because if you want to perform well and to improve on your performance, you need to work on your cost. So it requires you that you reassess your processes and redesign them with the new goals of the business or the strategic business unit. It may be a section, a business unit in your organization or a certain function that is not doing well, and you may want to improve on that function or that business unit. So what are some of the reasons that you may want to do business process reengineering? One is to be in a position to reinvent the way that you work, to be able to satisfy your customers, and to cure some systematic processes and behavioral problems that may be affecting your business. It will also, another reason is to enhance competitiveness in the firm or the strategic business unit. You want to enhance sustainable competitive advantage in your organization, just in case you have not been doing very well in that strategic business unit or in the organization as a whole. You may want to do something to redesign, to re-engineer your business operations to be able to improve on your competitiveness. Another reason is to enhance the firm or function or strategic business unit internal capability. The internal capability of an organization will also determine how well that organization is likely to perform, and we therefore need to look at that, our human capital. We need to look at our systems. We need to look at the assets that we have so that we can enhance our performance. Something else is to be able to accommodate an era of change. You'll find that the external environment will keep on changing. And as it changes, it will bring some threats, it will also bring some opportunities. And it is therefore important that you may accommodate an era of change. It could be the technology that has changed in the last few years, and you may want to adapt to the change in technology. You may want to adapt to the changes, maybe in the political environment, and many other changes that may affect the environment. You also want to satisfy key stakeholders who want to be dramatically different and or to produce different results. Business is meant to satisfy key stakeholders, and one of the stakeholders is your customer. And if your customer is not satisfied, definitely your business is going to decline in performance. You need to reassess customer satisfaction so that you can improve on certain areas to be able to satisfy your key stakeholders. You would also want to survive and be successful in the long run, because in the long run you need to know what you need to do to be able to improve on your performance in the long run. You may also want to reinvent the rule of the game. Probably the way business is being done in that industry, you may want to relook at it. You may want to innovate and come up with a different model. That can also be another reason. So whatever the reason for engineering, we should ask ourselves, manager or entrepreneur should ask him or herself, what do our key stakeholder require? What do they want? How must we change the processes to meet customer and other stakeholders' requirements? How can we be more effective and efficient in whatever we do? You also want to ask yourself, how can we streamline the processes in the organization? And how can we leverage on technology? How can we leverage on ICT to be in a position to improve on quality, cycle time, and other critical baselines? You'd also want to ensure that you have simplified and streamlined operation. When you have a very complex operation, many employees will not get to perform perfectly in that particular business. So you would want to simplify it. You want to have it streamlined so that everyone gets to know the process and they will not have any challenge with the process. So it also gives clarity of purpose. So you need to work as a team, and every team member, every team player needs to understand the direction they are taking. So you want to document processes from end to end. Another benefit is to be in a position to get better results and high quality products or services. You also want to have satisfied stakeholders. Satisfied stakeholders mean improved revenues. What are some of the essential elements of business process engineering? One is deployment of the vision and mission throughout the organization. We have to ensure that we deploy the vision of the organization and the mission and the strategies of the organization from the top to the bottom. The leadership also ought to drive rapid and dramatic process redesign, ensuring that there is rapid redesign whenever there is a need to do that. Also, a new value system which may include greater emphasis on satisfying key stakeholders. You also need to have a fundamental thinking of the way people perform in their daily work, with an emphasis of improving the results. Ensure that you have enhanced information dissemination, that communication is flowing very well from bottom to the top and from top to the bottom, so that if there is communication of any strategy or communication of any directive, it is flowing smoothly from top to the bottom and also from the bottom to the top. Ensure there is participatory management. Engage your human resource in coming up with a decision, making key decisions. Also, training and development is key. Our human capital ought to be trained so that they get the concept that they needed to use in improving the performance. Strategy implementation is key. When you come up with a good strategy, it ought to be well implemented and you cannot focus on engineering if you are not implementing the strategy that the organization has come up with. When it comes to rewards, rewarding good performance is very imperative. Ensure that reward is based on results, so that every employee gets to understand their target, and they know the reward or after accomplishing certain tasks. Teamwork is very important when you're doing engineering, because you cannot accomplish changes if human capital is not working as a team. You also need to have a disciplined approach at building a culture of integrity. Professionalism is also very key. In whatever you do, you need to ensure that there is professionalism in doing your daily operation activities. So what are some of the reasons why business process engineering fails in many organizations? One is not focusing on critical processes first. Many organizations do not focus on critical processes. You need to identify critical processes in our organization so that we are able to know how we can engineer them, how we can redesign them, with the intention of improving performance and also managing costs. Also making process engineering the priority and ignoring everything else. You cannot afford to ignore everything else. You need to consider strategic development in the organization, even as you do engineering. Also trying to implement engineering from the bottom up instead of a top-down approach. Engineering will work well if it is implemented from the top to the bottom, because that way it will have support from the top management. You need to also concentrating primarily on design and neglecting implementation. Whenever you are doing engineering, we cannot focus only on design. We need also to focus on implementation. Whatever changes that we decide to come up with, we need to implement them. Another reason why business process engineering may fail is because managers may settle for small successes instead of requiring dramatic results. Don't settle for small changes or literal results. You need to ensure that you continue with the implementation until you get good results. Not managing resistance to change. Human capital do not like changes happening, and therefore you find that you could have some pocket of resistance, and you don't want to manage change. You don't want to see how are you going to manage change. Also stopping the process, the engineering effort, too early before results is achieved. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, it is well, if the business process engineering is well thought out and implemented, it will improve the process, the processes in the organization. It will help to create more value for our customers, and it will help to create culture of integrity and excellence in our organization. And in so doing, will enhance performance in our enterprises, will enhance performance in our businesses. Thank you so much for listening. You can click the like button there and subscribe to be able to access the upcoming session. Thank you very much.